Previously on What You About to Do. In the last episode, we explored the basics of firearm safety and discussed the typical duration of a gunfight. Phil shared valuable insights on self-defense and the legalities surrounding justifiable homicide. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into these critical topics and address new issues such as the unique challenges women face with firearm safety and how to handle being detained in a police investigation when you're fully justified in using a firearm.
So if somebody is trying to rape you, you can pull that out your purse, pull it out of your garter belt, wherever you have your firearm, you can go ahead and light them up.
This video discusses various firearm models purely for educational purposes. Viewer discretion is advised. All discussions are within the context of legal and safe firearm usage. Back to our conversation with Phil.
If you are being raped, they're not going to take your life necessarily. All those kinds of things. They don't have a weapon. They're just overpowering you. You can go ahead and take that man's life.
Wow, I did not know that.
That is the only situation.
What state is that? In all the states?
From what I understand, that's across the board.
Really?
Now, do your research and check that for me. But I know in Colorado and a few other states where our CCW is reciprocated, 33 states. So I know 33 states in the United States that you may use your firearm to defend yourself from rape. So if somebody is trying to rape you, you can pull that out your purse, pull it out of your garter belt, wherever you have your firearm, you can go ahead and light them up.
Wow.
Now, so serious bodily harm, possibly, you could end up pregnant, whatever it may be, serious bodily harm, I think they're taking the mental aspect in that as well. You're going to be mentally broken.
Right.
And you might not recover from that.
Right.
So you are allowed to go ahead and handle that business.
That's crazy that you can do that in the case of rape, but if you're in a domestic violence situation, then no. That's wild.
It's all about how you articulate. If you feel like your life
There's a
is
gray
in danger,
area. Okay.
Okay. So most of the time the person has to have a weapon, something, blunt force object, knife, gun. But they typically say hands don't count.
Really?
But
Like you can't kill somebody with your hands.
you can. But the average human being is not going to kill somebody by punching them. So, but they're
choking.
okay, but so here's my thing. Me, if I got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson standing in front of me, he talking about he gonna beat me.
Right.
He has the intent, he has the opportunity, and he has the ability.
Ain't for sure.
The man is damn near 300 pounds.
Right. All he eat is salmon
With
and babies.
4% body fat.
What?
Okay, so I'm
7
looking at,
is like normal man body.
so I'm looking at this
Giants.
freak of nature.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, Dwayne, I love your movies,
But
but you're gonna be on a t-shirt. Okay, Hollywood's gonna be mourning the loss.
right.
Okay, because you too big for it.
Right. Right. I'm not trying to play with you.
Okay, so there are certain people in certain situations where they'll take that into account.
Well, you would think that the gender would matter then. Because even me at my size, Kevin Hart might could put hands on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very true.
physically, you're gonna be more dominant on average
Naturally.
than somebody. Right.
Okay, but is that assault gonna end in death?
Right.
So that's where you have to be
Or
able to
just gonna get beat
articulate.
up. Okay.
Okay, so you can't just take a life because you're gonna be hurt.
Period.
Exactly. There's only one side of the story. It's gonna be mine.
Oh, right.
Okay, and that brings me to another point. People will say, "Well, I'm just gonna shoot him in the leg." If you feel like your life is in danger, and you pull out your firearm, and you shoot them in the leg, and it's intentional to stop the threat, you're going to prison. Because if it was serious enough for you to take out your firearm, you're going to get an attempted murder charge. Even though you say, I want to shoot him in the leg. Well, then you shouldn't shot him at all. Because your life wasn't in enough danger for you to actually take the life.
Right.
And also, you went through the training. So you know, we fire center mass.
Right.
Okay?
Typically, first-time shooters, I have a spread way bigger than you. 2 to 3 rounds going through, and you guys are doing this number. My shots, those are y'all shots. All you gotta do is listen, and don't hold your breath, and nice, easy. It's easy. It's easy.
Center mass, part of the reason is it's the largest area.
Right.
Okay, so you're dealing with a stressful situation. You're going to lose 50% of your ability in a stressful situation. Adrenaline, all those kinds of things, hand sweating. So that's why you're going to have 1 out of 6 shots land on target, the average person. Now, when you train with me, I don't accept that.
Mm-hmm.
When I teach my classes, I will do things. I'll shine lights in your face. I'll push you.
Really?
I will grab your arm when you go to draw your firearm out of the holster. I will do those things because I can't shoot at you and get you stressed. I'll make you do push-ups. I'll make you do sit-ups. I'll make you run in place. I'll make you do jumping jacks. Get your heart rate up. Get your adrenaline going.
Right.
And then I will tell you to go ahead and shoot that target immediately. I can't put you in a situation that's real, like somebody you defending your life, but I can simulate the higher respiratory rate.
Right.
I can
You
simulate,
simulate the fight or flight.
the adrenaline. I can
Right.
simulate you not knowing what I'm going to do. You go to draw your firearm,
Right.
even in the range, and I grab your arm, that freaks people out. And I'll be like, nah, shoot.
Right.
So what are you going to do? What I trained you to do, lock back in and get it done. I also do things like cause your weapon to have malfunctions during my test.
Ooh.
You have to clear those and get back to shooting. I will not coach you. Once we're there, you're testing everything that I taught you up to that point. What if you're in a real firefight and your weapon jams? Are you going to freak out? Are you going to run? Are you going to
Yeah,
throw
for
it?
real. I was
This is
thinking
your life.
that. Yeah.
So now, you've gone through the class and training, and your brain will just click in. You deal
Because
with...
it's muscle memory now.
Exactly. Muscle memory. So we want to get you to the point where it's muscle memory, and then
For sure.
you deal with the stress and of what actually happened after, because you're allowed to do it.
And at least know how to compartmentalize. Like, I'm scared to death, but
Yes.
I
Go
ain't
get your
got time.
counseling later.
Right.
But you're allowed
Find
to
a
go
bar.
get your counseling.
Right.
Okay? Deal with that later.
Right.
Because if you don't get it done right, you get one shot.
Right. Literally. Oh, that ain't bad.
Yup.
Exactly. So you at the pearly gates, or you at counseling.
Straight up.
I'll take counseling.
Yeah. I'll take court. I was explaining this to somebody the other day. They were like, well, what's the... And we weren't even talking about a weapon. We weren't talking about a firearm. And they were like, well, I don't know. Is bear spray legal? I said, man, look, I wouldn't even be worried about if somebody... Because if somebody was at somebody's window and she couldn't figure out what was going on. And I'm like, I would rather fight that in court. The police could charge you with anything. But I'd rather fight in court
And let
because
12
I'm
people
alive. Facts.
decide if I was okay or not.
And just as an older person. But I'd rather run that risk than this person come in and do me harm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
100%.
Have you ever been in a situation where like your skills have come into play, like saving somebody else? Have you ever had to save somebody?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Absolutely. I've had, situations, being former law enforcement,
Right.
and I worked with the public transportation system.
Really?
So dealing with the public transportation system, the crazy thing about that is you never really know who you're dealing with.
Right.
You could be dealing
Public.
with what we call normal people.
Right.
People going to work, going to their jobs, stuff like that. They live in a nice area, but they take public transit into the city. Cutting down on, hub charges, gas, whatever it may be. You have metro areas that have, neighborhoods outlying the city, but people still have their offices in the city.
Right.
And then you have mixed with them your homeless population,
Right.
your impoverished population, not
Right.
necessarily homeless, but they trying to
Mentally
make it
ill,
work.
drug addicts.
Drug addicts, mentally ill, or just on hard times. And when you get backed in a corner, you about to leave the house, whatever it may be, apartment mama's sick, and you're the only one bringing in money, stuff like that, people will take it to the limit to get things
Right.
done. So I've had situations to where, I've had to draw my firearm out and stop the situation.
Really?
In the United States, I've never had to pull my trigger.
Yeah.
But knowing when to pull it, when not knowing when to pull it out, knowing when to let your presence be known.
Yeah.
A lot of situations, posture, body language, and letting somebody just know you see them
Right.
will stop the situation.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I see you. Understand that. I see you and I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
They immediately start deciding if what they're going to do is worth it.
Now, we done told me before, he was like, never brandish your weapon unless you are prepared to kill somebody.
If I'm pulling it out, I'm going to send those hot ones unless that situation changes as I'm coming up on target. I'm not one of those, hey.
Right.
Because if I look at my
Cube,
shirt,
Boys in the Hood, we got a problem here? Right.
No, we got a problem. That's why you see it.
Right.
If you see it, you're probably seeing the inside of my barrel with that round sitting there.
Right.
Okay?
Ooh.
My finger's on the frame, and all I gotta do is move it.
Right.
And I'm on the trigger. I keep my finger on the frame until we're ready to go.
Right.
But understand, I'm already ready to go. It's up to you whether...
So what would stop you? If you're in a situation where you had to brandish the weapon and then you decide, okay, I'm not going to pull the trigger, what would be the I'm not going to pull the trigger, though?
Key words. Brandish. Brandishing a firearm is a crime. Drawing and presenting my firearm.
What's the difference?
Brandishing a firearm is the word
name.
brandish.
Flash dancing and shit.
He swear he don't know. He swear. What's the difference?
Brandishing a firearm is the term is that, there's not a real threat. You have somebody there and you're waving your firearm as intimidation.
Flash dancing.
Really? That's
Flash
brandishing.
dancing.
So it's not just showing it?
That's brandishing.
That's brandishing.
I know what I'm doing. Thank you.
This is so good. That's a great blueprint. Y'all siblings for real. Ooh, my eyelash
So brandishing your firearm is showing your firearm for a cause of intimidation.
Oh, I'm just...
Hold on. Oh, we got a problem here? We got a problem here? We got a problem, nigga? Oh, what up with this? Get that bitch ass! Why you like that?
Oh, I'm just trying to punk you.
Exactly.
Oh.
Which is a felony.
I did not know that.
Brandishing is bad. So when you see brandishing on that paperwork,
right,
that's class 2
you
felony.
playing. You think you in a rap video.
Huh?
Flash dancing.
Yes. So we don't want to brandish firearms.
Right.
If you have to draw your firearm, it's firearm presentation. I presented my firearm. I did not brandish.
Interesting.
So I was in the motion to defend myself. The threat levels changed, so I went to a low ready.
Interesting.
Brandishing a firearm.
So you neutralize the threat without neutralizing the threat.
Without pressing the
without killing somebody.
Exactly.
What? I never knew that was a difference. I thought brandish was another way to say showing you.
So you have
interesting.
Your interaction with the person, whether it be verbal, nonverbal, all those kind of things.
All right.
You have your verbal interaction with them. Stop. Hey, chill out. Then you got the stop, get back, I'm armed. Okay.
Really?
Then you have the presentation of the firearm. After that is defending. We're shooting. Now, at any time, you can go from this level back down to this level, depending on what you're dealing with. It's the threat matrix. It's not.
No, that makes a lot of sense because if he's saying that, if I'm trying to punk you with a weapon, then you're going to either back down or you're going to try to one up me, which would then create the problem. Like, oh, you got that 22. Well, I'm about to come back with a 4.5.
So if you brandish your firearm,
right,
and they back down, next thing you're going to see is cherries and berries.
Right.
Because somebody's going to call and be like, hey, we had a verbal argument and this motherfucker pulled out a gun.
And well, at best, or if you're dealing with a clown, they're going to be like, okay, now I know what you have. So now I'm going to come bigger and better. You're throwing a rock, and I'm about to come with a
sledgehammer.
Right.
Or, worst case scenario, you don't see the cherries and berries, but they're on their way. And you end up dead because the police got a call that there's a person brandishing a firearm. That's the word
you
that
don't know
comes
the
across
state
the
of
radio.
mind.
They're coming from this direction, this direction, this direction. In hours of darkness, I'm going to turn my lights off about 4 to 6 blocks away so you don't know I'm coming. You can't look up in the sky and see my reds and blues. I'm going to park about a half a block to a block away. I'm going to get out of my car and I'm coming up red.
Straight up. Now, me brandishing a weapon, I don't know if this is dude that I just got into it with or this the police. And then if I brandish it again, now I'm in a lot of trouble.
You getting lit up.
Ooh, that's wild. I never thought about that. That's very educational.
If you go in there and you're talking to the police, you give them your statement, which you should never do without
an attorney, without a Leon present.
Exactly.
Hello.
So, no, sir, I'm not talking to you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law.
Right.
Don't say can. Because, yes, it can be used. No, they will use it.
Right.
Okay, and they're going to try to play buddy with you. Hey, you want something to drink?
Right.
Hey, yeah,
you want some chicken McNuggets, filet fish?
Go ahead and bring me that.
Right.
Attorney.
Straight up. Don't say a word.
Don't say a word, even if you know you were in the right. Because what you say is going down on a piece of paper and you might not be able to articulate properly.
Right.
You need somebody that's gone to school, trained to articulate for you. So
Right.
you tell your attorney what happened and they will give them the proper word.
Right.
You don't say a word.
They are not your friend. Yeah, for real.
They are not your friend. And this is coming from somebody that was on that side.
Right. Right.
I was fair.
Right.
But
But still, you still got a job to do.
Yeah, but
it's like 48, first 48 when they were bringing Caroline Mason and Caroline. Now, you know, I know your grandmama though.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, baby, you was not raised like that. Tell me what happened. So we can try to help you. That's why I love it. Let me try to help you.
Yeah,
like, you finna try to take me to jail.
It's not to help you.
Right.
And in a lot of law enforcement officers' minds, okay?
Yeah.
Hash it out in court.
Right.
That's not the way my mind works. Because if I arrest you, even if you get away with it in court or whatever it may be, that arrest and what I charge you with is forever on your record. You go try to get a job, you try to do anything, they run the background check. You weren't convicted. It was dismissed. Right. You were acquitted. It doesn't matter. The arrest is still there. So the people doing your background check that are possibly going to hand you a job are going to be like, well, we're all human beings.
Right.
Yeah, you put yourself in a situation for that to happen.
Right.
That's why if you have to use your firearm, you're going to get arrested, but there's not going to be any formal charges filed until they do some sort of investigation.
So you're going to get arrested. You're going to be held. It's just a matter of how long.
It might be an hour.
Yeah.
Detained. You will be detained. If it turns into an arrest, well, then that's official and that goes on there. So just make sure that before you decide that you're going to touch a firearm, in defense of yourself, that it's actually a defense situation. We are not trying to play I got the bigger stick.
Right. No.
The problem is nowadays people don't know how to throw hands. People don't know how to be grown up. And people don't know how to let things go.
Right.
She can't fight, so he always trying to find some excuse to shoot somebody.
That's why fools be getting shot all the time. Trying to show how hard they is. Ignorant.
Oh, fool, shut up. You be doing that shit too.
Okay, I've had some situations with people that they run in their mouth, and I'm like, hey man, like I'm not that one.
Right.
Like straight
Relax,
up. Like we can do this. I have no problem with it.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now.
Right. But
you don't want to.
Right. When it comes to training women, like I feel like it's really important for women to have some kind of knowledge and the ability to be able to defend yourself. Because it hits different when you can defend yourself, the confidence of knowing if it goes down, I know that I can keep me safe when my dude isn't here, right?
Key word you said.
What? Confidence?
Confidence.
For sure. That's all, yeah. Just knowing that you can. When I put the boxing gloves on, the fact that I know I can throw hands with you, and it's not that I'm going to win every fight, but I know I'm going to give you a run for your money. It's not going to be easy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Confidence of you knowing you're training in firearm.
Right.
The confidence will come out of your pores, okay? So when somebody's dealing with you and they're trying to overrun you, you don't have to necessarily touch your firearm, but they'll know you're not scared.
Right. Oh, I never thought about that.
Why is she not scared? What she got? Is somebody around here that I don't see? Is her dude here?
Yeah, why
okay, I don't
is she
see,
crazy?
I don't see some dude.
Right.
Okay.
I don't see no big shoes in the front.
Yeah. What's going on? She ain't scared of me.
Right. No, Kevin
You
Hart
never
talks
even
about
had
that too. Talking about he tried to fight somebody and he started slapping like, wait, nigga, why you ain't scared?
Exactly. So you know you're confident. You know you got your firearm.
I ain't even raising my voice.
You know that it's right there, and you know how to use it.
Right.
That person doesn't know you have a firearm, but they know something's off.
Right. You ain't panicking.
Exactly. So they start second guessing their decision.
They're panicking now because you're not.
What's wrong with them? What's
Right.
right with them?
Right.
Either way, the unknown becomes in their mind instead of yours.
Right.
Okay. And then it becomes a decision. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
90% of the time, it ain't gonna be worth it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now they're trying to find a way out of it.
Do you train when you're training women? Do you do something different? Like, do you have a different technique as far as the women versus like the men? Do you feel
It's
that men are more
easier.
egotistical?
It's so much easier to train women. My women students always shoot better than the men.
Really?
Always.
Why do you think?
Oh, there's multiple reasons. You guys got more patience. Sometimes when you guys first come in, there's fear of the firearm. So you respect it.
Intimidate. Ah, interesting. That makes a lot of sense.
You respect it more. You're not in there just to make noise and shoot guns. You're there for a reason.
You understand? Yeah.
Now, are you scared to drive your car?
Right. I heard you say that today.
This is your gas pedal.
Right.
Your car don't go until
So you tell it, yeah.
So who's in control?
Right.
You're in control. This thing
Right.
doesn't run you, you run it.
Right.
So, with that being said, so you're not scared to get in your car.
Yeah.
Okay? You get in the car, throw that seatbelt on.
Right.
Check your safety.
Right.
Finger on the frame. That's your
Right.
seatbelt. Okay? You turn the car on. The car being turned on, that's a round in the chamber.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I put the
Okay.
car in drive. That's my grip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get on the expressway. Finger on the trigger. Press.
Gas, pedal.
Gas, 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 gas.
That's right.
And unless you're on the track, when we press that gas, nice easy takeoff. We ain't trying to waste gasoline.
Right.
It's too expensive. Shit costs more than milk. Okay? Especially out here in Cali, those gas prices.
Right.
So unless you're my brother, you easy on the gas.
Right. Unless you are.
You know what I'm saying? So you take off nice and easy. You merge into traffic. We're
Right.
not wasting unnecessary gas.
Right,
So
right.
nice, easy press.
Right,
Press.
right.
Bang.
That's the end of part 2, but for the last episode, you know we gotta go out with a bang. For our final episode, Phil will showcase his unique custom-built firearms, each one a masterpiece of his gunsmithing skills. From upgraded triggers to personalized designs, you'll see the craftsmanship and fine attention to detail behind each piece. Plus, we'll throw a few rounds at the range.